Hello and welcome to the DFC episode on world creation and embarkation. In this episode we will introduce you to the world creation process and show you how to properly choose a spot for your fortress. I will not be discussing what items to bring with you in this video, so we will be using the default Embark equipment for the purposes of this series. Look for a more detailed tutorial and better equipping your dwarves in a later video. The first thing to note is that the UI is entirely mouse driven. This means we will be navigating the interface primarily through the arrow keys. We will begin by selecting Create New World and hitting enter. After a moment, hit enter again to confirm and you'll be presented with the Create a World screen. To change the options is as simple as highlighting your preferred option and hitting enter. A good set of options for a new fortress is this: a smaller world, a very short history, a medium number of civilizations, a medium number of sites, very low beasts, very low natural savagery, and everywhere mineral occurrence. My reasoning for these options are as follows. Having a world any larger than smaller is fairly redundant for newer players. This simply increases the size of the world, which results in longer loading times for little benefit in Fortress mode. Having a very short history is important on smaller or pocket worlds, as it means there is less of a chance of a race being killed off during some war or other during world generation, and any higher substantially increases loading times. Having a medium number of civilizations in a smaller world means there can be up to 5 civilizations in your world, making it less likely that a race will be wiped out or excluded. Having a medium number of sites results in essentially the same result to a Fortress mode player without increasing load times due to the short history. Having beasts set to very low does not affect your fortress's likelihood to be attacked by one, however it does limit the risk of a civilization being destroyed. Having natural savagery set to very low while potentially undwarfy is a good setting for newer players to avoid some of the more quote-unquote fun creatures Dwarf Fortress has to offer. Having mineral occurrence set to everywhere means minerals can be found everywhere, no worrying about the lack of materials for newbies. Now that we've chosen our settings, we simply hit the Y key to begin world gen and watch as the world is created. It shouldn't take too long. The world may be portrayed in ASCII characters here, but thanks to our tileset, the actual in-game screen should be much easier on the eyes. Once it's done, hit enter to accept and wait a moment while it does its thing. You should then be brought back to the main menu, where you can now hit the start playing option. Select the world we just created and hit enter. Select Dwarf Fortress and hit enter again. Once more now, wait as the world is loaded, and then as the calendar moves forward a couple of weeks, and you should be presented with a complicated looking view of your world. Your cursor is the flashing yellow X symbol. You can move it around the world with the arrow keys. For now, ignore the world view and look at the region view instead. Find a green looking area and scroll around until you find a shrubland or forest with a stream or a river. You can see the contents of the zone you have highlighted on the right hand side. Once you find such a place, look at the local view on the left, use the U, M, K and H keys to move the highlighted area there around until it contains the river, preferably running through the centre of it. Once that's done, hit the E key to embark. Here you can see your options for embarking. In this video we will just use the basic default gear set, so just hit enter on play now. After a brief pause you'll be presented with a screen similar to this one, detailing your dwarf's trek and giving a hint at one of the wildlife types you may encounter. It will also show the name your dwarves gave to your new fortress. Hit enter and you'll be presented with your chosen area and your dwarves huddled around their wagon awaiting your orders. Well, that concludes this episode of DFC. If there's any aspect of Dwarf Fortress you'd like to see deconstructed, just leave a suggestion in the comments below, and thanks for watching.